Today, we'll be diving into the 10 best ARs in the game currently, and it's actually the category with the most variety available, so hopefully you'll find the perfect one for your playstyle. At number 10, I've got to mention the DRH. It's not particularly great mobility-wise, nor range-wise, nor mag-wise, not even stability-wise, but it can kill within 210 milliseconds if you hit that 3-tap. And even though it's not the most consistent of the 3-tap ARs, the time to kill advantage will definitely make a difference during gunfights. If you have good crosshair placement and if you're good at hitting specifically the upper body, then the DRH might be a really decent off-meta option. But before we move on to number 9, let me tell you that we'll be going over some honorable mentions along the way, starting with a weapon that hits even harder than the DRH if you're precise enough. The first honorable mention I'd like to talk about is the ASM-10. For Stage 2 S&D, we saw the ASM-10 with the Branson barrel used a surprising amount, even though it's typically off-meta, standing out among the usual top guns like the VMP, XM4, and Oden. To break it down simply, if you hit your first 3 shots consecutively, you will get a kill within 133 milliseconds, which is, to our knowledge, the fastest non-burst, non-headshot time to kill. And if you decide to spray after those 3 shots, it'll give you 220 milliseconds of time to kill for a 3-shot kill and 330 milliseconds for a 4-shot kill. Oh, and those time to kills are 100% consistent, meaning even if you hit the legs, you'll be getting those time to kills. So within 24 meters, it's a 3-shot kill, and then from 24 to 38 meters, it's a 4-shot kill. Considering that range profile, the ASM-10 is a great anti-SMG like it always was. And in addition to that, unlike the DRH in the first range, we can get a 2-tap if we hit 2 headshots, which is great, especially if you're playing S&D, TDM, or frontline, where the best time to kill possible is always strength. Aside from damage and range, the ASM-10 is in the standard of 3-tap ARs. Bad mobility, incredibly easy to control recoil, a lot of aim shake, you name it, it's not ideal. But that huge time to kill potential is what makes this gun a potentially great option. At the 9th spot, we have the M13. Simply put, it is a reliable gun. Not the best in any particular area, maybe aside from the magazine size. It is predictable, the mobility is perfectly fine for a flex weapon, the recoil, flinch, iron sight, and aim shake are totally fine too. The damage over range is decent, and as mentioned, the mag stats are great too. Overall, there isn't a single true flaw that can be noted on the M13. It's just a matter of overall performance. Now, if you thought the M13 was reliable, at the 8th spot we have the BP50, and it is similar to the M13 in some sense. It's great mobility-wise and stability-wise, but it has a massive damage over range advantage while having way worse magazine stats overall. You're running half the mag size with a longer reload time than the M13, but you have about 10 more meters of good time to kill. Would I recommend using that over the M13? Yes and no. If you're playing slow or S&E, this gun will definitely have the edge as it won't suffer from its lack of bullets. In respawn, definitely go for the M13. Before we reveal our top 7, we've got another honorable mention, and it's surprisingly strong in the current meta, especially as an alternative to the ASM-10 for aggressive players. The second honorable mention we'd like to include is the AK-47 because we're getting a free legendary skin on it, so I think it deserves a little mention. And considering it's not a bad gun at all, it makes sense. Compared to the DRH and the ASM-10, it offers better range with 29 meters of 3-shot kill range. And in terms of 3-tap consistency, even though it can't compete with the 100% consistent 3-tap of the ASM-10, it's far better than the DRH, only needing 1 shot in the chest or arms to get a 3-tap. And just like the ASM-10, we can get a 2-tap headshot. Mobility-wise, it's a tad better than the ASM-10, which makes it a little bit more permissive. The recoil is probably the main strength of the AK-47 as it's incredibly easy to control, unlike what everyone thinks. Yes, the aim shake is quite strong, but considering the free legendary skin you will all get, it won't be an issue anymore. If you like the ASM-10, then I highly recommend the AK-47 as an alternative in respawn game modes. In 7th place, we have the KN44. This is your typical 4-shot kill AR, just like in early 2020. We have over 50 meters of 4-shot kill range, giving us the ability to basically gunfight anything aside from DMRs like the SKS and the Type 63. Mobility-wise, obviously it's not great as it's a classic AR, but compared to similar weapons like the LK, for example, it's lightning fast. What's bad to its ranking and overall efficiency, however, is its stability. Because even though its flinch resistance is great, its iron sight and aim shake are good, it doesn't have the best recoil, which is a crucial factor for classic ARs. Overall, it's a weapon that you can play on basically every map, so if you're in doubt, you can definitely pick the KN44 and you'll be alright. Speaking of classic ARs, our next honorable mention is often called the OG Oden. It shares some brutal damage characteristics, but its current meta standing might surprise you. Yes, we talk a lot about the Man-O-War Thermite, but for once, we'll only talk about the base Man-O-War. It is basically the OG Oden, but nowadays, it doesn't have that huge range advantage it had in the past. With only 31 meters of 3-shot kill and the mobility not that good, it's definitely not as good as an AK-47, a DRH, an ASM-10, or an EM2. And range-wise, it's far from the Oden, which makes the Man-O-War a little bit awkward compared to the other honorable mentions. But what the Man-O-War has, and that the other 3 taps don't, is huge damage per shot, which makes it incredible for getting revenge kills or for getting revenged in general, just like the Oden or the USS-9. The overall steadiness of the Man-O-War is definitely one of its main strengths. The recoil climbs always in the same direction at the same speed, which makes it incredibly easy to handle. The flinch resistance is insane too, and the aim shake is almost non-existent, which overall makes it a really good option for new players. Something you can't use on every map is the LK24 at number 6. It is similar to the KN44, but unlike the M13 BP50 pair where they trade damages over mag, here they trade mobility over stability. And believe me when I tell you that the LK24 is stable. It's the best weapon in the game in terms of stability, but mobility wise, yeah, it's slow. But it's honestly the best AR to play passive if you're not comfortable with the Oden, so just for that, it's definitely worth trying. Now, if you want a 3-tap AR that combines superior range with surprising mobility, you need to hear about our next honorable mention. The most forgotten 3-tap, while being the strongest if it wasn't for that slight time to kill disadvantage, it's the EM2. It has the greatest 3-shot kill range within 37 meters. It has the best mobility, being close to Type 19 mobility stats. It has the second smoothest recoil of the 3-taps, being honestly incredibly easy to use. The mag stats, which we totally skipped for the 3 previous honorable mentions, are also great, just like the 3 previous ones. The only issue with the EM2 is that the 3-shot kill time to kill is only 224 milliseconds, which makes it less able to outgun SMGs in close range, unlike the AK-47, ASM-10, DRH, and Oden. But if you have this in mind and you decide to play along, it's definitely the strongest 3-tap of all, but it requires you to think about how you play with it. At the 5th spot, we have the HVK30. Some people were asking why it wasn't in the top 10 weapon video, and the answer is simple. Even though the weapon is great, if you're not an Oden or typical flex AR, you'll definitely struggle, especially in the current meta. The HVK30 still has one trick up its sleeve. Its raw time to kill is insane. We're talking 180 milliseconds of time to kill for a 3-shot kill, which can defeat a lot of SMGs. But one thing that also cut the performance of the HVK30 is its mag stats. It only has 28 bullets per round, and even though the reload time isn't that short, it's just not enough. So, just like the BP50, I definitely recommend you to use it specifically for slow game modes or slow playstyle in general. Finally, for our last honorable mention, we're done with the 3-tap ARs. Let's talk about a little 4-shot kill AR, and what better example than the Kilo 141. It carries 33 meters of 4-shot kill and 55 meters of 5-shot kill. The mobility is good overall, being close to Type 19 standards. Recoil and flinch-wise, it's not as good as it used to be. I mean, to be exact, it's exactly the same as back when it was meta in 2022, but people got used to guns with way smoother recoil overall, so it'll feel shaky while it's not. It's not bad in any particular area. It's not great in any either. But it'll definitely do the job, and if you're not playing ARs a lot and you want to learn how to use them, it's definitely a great pick for that purpose. In 4th place, the Type 19, the more passive of the Flex AR duo. After the sprint speed nerf, it now runs at 5.8 meters per second, which starts to feel slow. And if you use the accurate long barrel, movement gets even more sluggish due to its increased 4% penalty. Still, it delivers 31 meters of 4-shot kill and up to 43 meters of 5-shot, better than the XM4. Recoil is easy to control, flinch is low, and with the red dot, the iron sight issue is fixed. Less aggressive than before, but a rock-solid all-rounder. In 3rd place, we have the XM4, your go-to aggressive flex AR. Unlike the Type 19, which shifted more to mid-range after recent updates, the XM4 keeps its close to mid-range edge with strong mobility. 230 milliseconds ADS, 6.1 meters per second sprint, and 3.5 meters per second strafe speed. Its 4-shot kill range tops at 28 meters, with 5-shot kills up to 39 meters. The main drawback? Vertical recoil. Around 66% of the Fenix climb rate makes long-range control tricky. In second place, we have our good old Peacekeeper. You know the drill. Best range of all the Flex ARs, best mobility of all the Flex ARs, best max stats of all the ARs. Yes, only 40 bullets but 0.8 second reload, top tier flinch, decent iron sight but no aim shake, and the recoil is apparently somehow still a bit tricky for some people, but we'll consider it easy enough to not be an issue. Anyway, a great option, use it. And at the number 1 spot, we have the Oden. Basically a full auto SKS, being able to 2-shot and kill up to more than 40 meters. Stable like a brick, slow like a brick too, and until further notice, a brick doesn't move much. Iron sight is horrible, so I hope you have a decent skin like this one Shark Battle Pass skin, or the Mythic. Mag-wise, we only have 25 bullets, but that is more than enough to get 5 kills considering we can 2-shot kill. It is tricky to use considering how slow it is and how slow the fire rate is. It'll require top tier tracking to be efficient with, along with great hitbox targeting. But if you're just that guy, it's definitely worth it. And if you're wondering how to incorporate these best ARs in your loadouts, you need to watch this video.